Got two to look at today. I got this one, which is supposedly they think it's got a vacuum leak or something with the idle. And then that Avalon right there, the temperature gauge doesn't work or whatever. Hold it down. What'd you guys do to it?
So we changed. Well, number one, we took all the coolant that was built up in the side jacket right here. The coolant and the carbon. So we cleaned that out. We did. Originally, it came here for an oil leak. We stopped the oil leak from the back by replacing the sensor, that's where it was dripping out from. Then we realized that it was dripping out of this little side pocket thing right here, which I don't know what that's called. And then once we fixed that, put everything back together, after fixing the exhaust, this is what we got. It just hunts. It gets to a certain, it goes up to like 2,000 RPM. Like.
Yeah, it's got no coolant in it, right?
Yeah, it cooked it all out.
So it's overheating too?
Yeah, it's overheating as well, yeah.
Had a bunch of leaks and stuff like that they fixed, and now it has a weird idle. They replaced a bunch of stuff on this. Throttle body they replaced. Looks like TPS. Kind of looks like the map sensor. None of the screws are in here for this. These are all just loose there. Got some coolant in it. Start it up, see if it splashes out. I'm going to do a idle relearn possibly, but supposedly this overheated and pushed all the coolant out too, so exhaust ain't friggin' fixed. That's pretty weird. Guess I don't have to hold the idle up to get the bubbles out. Okay. Sounds like a massive vacuum leak. I can't even get that on because of this here. Let me fix that real quick. Unfortunately, with the scan tool and this year of vehicle, I can't do a idle relearn with the scan tool, but this is a temporary code here, 1411 P0507, idle air control system higher than expected. I found a bunch of stuff that was disconnected. There's the idle going up. Lots of stuff just loose, hanging around. Trying to look for anything obvious since it's already been apart. That sounds weird. I'm gonna put the vacuum machine on it anyway, just before it gets way too hot. I'm gonna have to find a new spot to go in because it's leaking a little bit out of there and out of these. This does not have a mass airflow sensor, so this will not affect any of that. But the EGR is got some stuff going on there. With the wind out here, it's blowing it straight down right onto the car. I tried zippy tying a couple things just to make them a little tighter. Try to help me out, but I'm not getting any help with that. Oh, what is this? There's a bunch of JB Weld down here. What the fuck? No way. It's either JB Weld or what is that? What is that? Is that how you fix a head gasket, I guess? Nice. Nice. I do want to eliminate this stuff just because there's so much smoke. I can't tell if anything down there is leaking except for all that crap I just found. But the EGR is definitely leaking, and I still don't know what all this is in there. All that, it's either RTV or JB Weld. Like right there, looks like JB Weld right here. I don't know if you can even tell from the video, but it looks like JB Weld. I eliminated this. Had to plug up a couple things. The EGR is definitely leaking. But it's leaking right out of the bottom there. So that's my call for this right now. EGR.
A few moments later.
Alright. This is the one with the high idle. And it died. Alright. I got it running. I called an EGR. I was wrong. IAC motor's been rewired. Alright, so hopefully I don't overheat this thing. I don't know if this has a separate issue. Where's the temperature at? Right in the middle. I diagnosed this incorrectly, therefore I owe him a free diag on this. The idle screw is backed all the way out. So now I got to see where the TPS is at and see what it's supposed to be. Because there's a possibility that there's nothing wrong with the IAC motor, but because it's all the way backed out, it thinks the idle is way too low, so it needs to raise it. Might have multiple issues. Then messing with the idle screw caused another issue. That's not supposed to be adjusted from the factory, but here we are. New EGR has been installed. It is not leaking, and the idle is still sky high. This doesn't have a voltage, it just has a percentage. Let me fart around and look and see if I can find some way to adjust this throttle blade, since it's been adjusted already and I'm not supposed to adjust it. I'm not exactly sure if this is right, but hell, I used AI. Let's see what this does. It's better than what I got. Okay, so adjust the throttle stop screw. This is what I need to adjust because that one's backed all the way out, and they were messing with that. To set the base, turn the screw inward clockwise until it just makes contact with the throttle linkage lever. From the point of initial contact, turn the screw in exactly one more turn. Using a multimeter, probe the ground wire, usually green and black, the signal wire. Turn on the ignition. Do not start. With the throttle firmly closed, you want to see exactly 0.5 volts. If it's off, loosen the TPS screws and gently rotate the sensor until it reads 5 volts. And then we should have 4.5 to 4.8 on full throttle, and down the TPS screws. Then reset the ECU and perform an idle relearn. Start the engine and hold it steady at 3000 without load until the radiator cooling fan turns on. Let off the gas pedal and let the car idle for 5 minutes. The procedure is complete. You can then test drive the vehicle. Alright, well, I did what it said. Alright, I adjusted it. This is not easy to get in here. And I just spoke to the guy who was working with it. He already replaced the IAC, which doesn't really mean anything. It's got a brand new one on. Replaced it twice. Right now I have it disconnected. He already slotted the TPS, which is awesome. 0.67 volts on the TPS. So we need a half a volt. Wrong way. Oh, 4.9, that's pretty close. Right there. It's close enough. Let's just check the full throttle. Should be like 4.5 volts. 4.3, it's about right. I got the IAC disconnected. been rewired, so there is a possibility it's been wired wrong and keeps shorting out the new ones. I gotta look up some wiring diagrams to make sure that the pin locations are in the right spot. I could see that the connector's been replaced with some aftermarket connector. We got, here's the connector, looking at it from the back side. We got one is ground, which is black, okay? 2, which would be middle obviously, is yellow or black, and 3 is the control, which is black and red. I gotta take this tape off. I'm afraid to see what I'm gonna find. At least it's heat shrinked. So let's look at our thing here. This is 1, which should be, they're just twisties. Look at that, just twisties. Awesome. So black. So we got the black one here, which is number 1. This is wired backwards. Okay. Okay, well they got the black with the black, but they're all black. So here we go. This is our issue. The black wire should be in the number 1 position. They have the 2 end wires swapped. They got the control wire mixed with the ground wire. I don't know if any damage to the PCM happened, but I know that they probably shorted out the IAC motor. It's a normally closed system, so when you disconnect it, it should turn off that valve completely, and then there should be no air moving past that valve. But that's not the case. Hopefully the PCM is not damaged, but we'll know that in a little bit. So now I know I have the throttle stop adjusted correctly, and I adjusted the TPS to 0.5 volts. It was at nearly 0.7 volts. Now it's where the spec's supposed to be. There you go. Follow through on your diagnostics and you won't make mistakes like I do.